Yes, so last time.
Last time on
Something that's made.
Okay.
Like a robot.
That is a construct.
He's not lying.
Nice.
But
Okay.
mostly he's talking about Warforged. Warforged are like metal-plated mechanical things
Okay.
in D&D.
All right. Okay.
I've never used them or
All right.
seen
I
them.
just wanted to know. Get
Yes.
something cleared up. Okay.
Yes, so we're all in a sewer.
Because
Killed a couple dudes, guarding a door. Barged in there, avoided a couple traps. Got surprised by an enforcer with a warhammer, and they.
Never wanna
oh,
get surprised by
that's
that.
why I'm like almost dead.
Yeah.
Like I lost like half my points.
He hit him with a stick at the end.
Is that how you killed him? With your staff?
I believe so.
Yeah,
We'll have
I
to go
believe
back
the
to
killing blow was you struck him under the chin and broke his neck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes. And
that's
that
where we
is
ended?
that is how we left things. So you are in a
But we
damp.
went in there because the kid that was taken.
Yes.
His brother,
Allegedly.
yeah.
Kid
Yes.
that was taken.
And I have the stone that allows me to do spells.
Yes.
Okay.
Demetrius was kind enough to lend it to you.
Did I ask for it or
You
did you?
did.
I did. Okay.
You did ask for it. So currently you're sitting in this situation. There's a dead body on the floor. You're in this damp, somewhat dark
Gosh, if
room,
only this was the first time.
and there are a couple of rows of cells in the
Yeah.
room to the side of you.
That's what I remember.
So are we still in initiative? No, we're done, right?
The guy's dead.
Just wanted to make sure
I
I
want to
wasn't
fight
like
the cages.
anyone
I'm
else.
just kidding.
So okay. Just
Can I search the cells?
Absolutely.
Oh, hold on. Time. I wanted to bring something up to you guys about this because it's something that doesn't exist in 5th, and I wanted to run it past you.
What, strength checks
No,
or something?
taking 10 and taking 20.
I
Are
don't
you-
know this.
Okay, taking
Are you
it's
talking
from,
about like a short rest?
this is no. Taking 10 and taking 20 is it's a way when you are not stressed for time to focus on skill checks. So it's something from 3rd edition,
I think I've
3.5,
vaguely
4th,
seen this done.
and what you can do is you can say I take 10 and it takes 10 times as long as an instant roll action would be,
I
but you
see.
add 10 directly to your
Can you
skill
just pick
check.
it up and eat it like a normal
I could see that working for some things,
So
Yes.
like
but like a
Like-
strength check.
no like
wouldn't
a,
work.
no, but like
An ability. One of
yes,
your
like
abilities.
a perception or a stealth, right? If you are not pressed for time, imagine taking
sounded
10
so
times
mean.
longer
to do
to
the task.
search
Kind of
thoroughly,
task,
and
sure.
taking 20 for
face.
thoroughly
As long as it
searching.
wasn't
I see.
narratively important, like
Yes,
something
right,
was gonna
exactly.
Right.
Like if we're like for searching like down here in this.
So how is that going to affect rolls? How is that?
Is that what you're whispering about?
No.
happen. She was saying Mark looks
I
really
was
good.
reminding
Red.
David of something you told me to remind him of. So I reminded him.
Risky.
It's not true.
Anyway,
So how does that affect your modifiers? Or
so it doesn't
rolls
affect your.
or-
So what it would be is like, let's say you take 10.
Uh-huh.
It takes 10
Yeah.
times as long. So
And
one roll would be what 6 seconds. So it's going to take 10 minutes. You're going to take 10
So
minutes to
essentially,
search the
essentially
room.
you'll do like 10 rolls.
Well, no, it would. You would just take 10, and that would add 10 to your skill
Add-
check. So it would be.
oh.
So if I did this right here, if I took 10, that would be a 14, which is
In
slightly
lieu of a
better.
roll, so
In
you wouldn't
lieu of a
roll.
roll,
You would
exactly.
just okay.
But you're taking that and saying, I'm going to thoroughly take 10 minutes,
and
and
check
search this.
everything.
or you can take 20 and thoroughly.
Well, that makes sense for something like a search.
yeah, exactly.
That makes
and that's
sense.
like it.
Yeah.
It works really well
Or
for
like a
like
base performance
investigations
I'm
and
just sitting there playing
histories.
for hours.
Right.
Like
I'm gonna play
the-
well for a while,
like
at
Yeah.
least.
you think about that, like the intelligence and wisdom based skills, it works really well because and even to a degree like a stealth check.
Yeah.
If you're taking like 10 times as long to really
Uh-huh.
hide yourself, of course you're going to be very
Better
well
at
hidden.
it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted everyone's thoughts on that because it was something that
do
actually
you
came
guys
into
think?
my mind.
Personally, it makes sense narratively. I could see that happening. So
Yeah.
yeah.
makes sense to me too.
As, I mean,
I
as
wasn't
long as
paying
it's against
attention.
the,
But
we'll
I
explain
vote
it if it
yes.
comes
As long as nothing's gonna interrupt you. I mean,
Exactly.
that
And
makes
you
sense.
can say I'll take 10, and then you'll say
I think I got
Yeah.
the gist of it.
But if
Yeah.
you, but like for
You can just say,
example, my
I'd
thought,
actually have you roll for this.
but like for my thought is if time isn't pressed, like now that we're done battling this, I'm gonna say I take 20 and search this whole area,
Mhm.
do a really in-depth search, and find what all is here. Because nothing is pressing us, I can take 20 minutes and just search around the room.
And things can happen during that. But
If something does happen, yeah.
yeah. Okay. That's fine
Are
with me.
you guys okay with that?
I can handle that. Yeah.
Okay.
But before any of that happens,
Before he goes searching.
okay. So I was just waiting a second so I could do that. So 1 second. Okay. So what I think I would like to do before we do any searching is you're able to use magic, right?
Yes.
So this guy I wanted to question, and we just like killed him. Like just
Mhm.
it wasn't. We didn't talk about it. It was
Yeah.
just killed the guy that was
Well,
attacking
he
us.
attacked us.
Yeah.
He's
Is this
It's up
you
to
saying
you.
this, or
Yes.
is this Bask saying it?
I'm saying this right now, but
Okay.
but also I'm going to say this as Basque. But and it's up to you. He's currently dying. Like he's, his body's shutting down. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously he's not cognizant. We just wailed on him, stabbed him.
So I thought I have a spell for this
Okay.
called Spare the Dying,
Okay.
where I can
She's mentioned that to
Stabilize
me.
him.
I was like, man, I wish we would.
You can what?
stabilize him.
Okay.
And
It doesn't bring him to hit points. It
Yeah.
just stabilizes him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So hopefully we can question it.
Could I maybe do it if she did that? You
Um,
can say no because
Do I don't roll for
he did
this
break his
spell,
neck.
do I?
Right. So I would say I would allow that to happen, but speaking's probably not on the table.
Not without a necromancy type
Yeah.
spell.
That is
Yeah.
a necromancy spell.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Then,
Yes, it
that-
is.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, and
basically
it's a
bringing him.
cantrip.
It's basically
So I
stopping him
can
from
use
dying.
it
Yeah.
It's
All
basically
the time.
forbidding him to die until
Uh-huh.
we're done. Like, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Having died the way he did,
That's what I mean.
I would say,
I'm just saying for future.
yeah, you could bring him back if you want to do something with that. Like maybe if
Blink
you,
once if you're.
you've got a mind reading spell, you could try doing something like that
That's
if
the
you
problem. Though.
wanted to figure that
I
out.
could hand him this.
Man, I
stuff.
But
really wish I could
speaking's
do-
not going to
But
be on
I'll
the
hand you
table
the
for
stone.
him, considering how he died.
Is the stone transferable?
I would require some attunement rolls from you.
Okay.
Oh, because I'm the only one that has
So Bask
used it.
explains-
You're
this-
the only one
I-
that has even tried.
I say
Yeah.
that. I say, sorry, we probably should have kept him alive. I needed something from him. I look over at you because I'm just like, you have magic. I was like, is there anything you can do?
Yes. I've never done it before.
But we probably should do it soon. He's probably
Okay, that's right. Okay, so
Are any of us lawful?
nope.
This is all okay. We're hardly heroes. That might be the name of our.
Hardly heroes. I like that.
I go down and I kneel down next to
should've named
his
it
his body, and I'm kind of like, okay, I don't know. I've never done this before. I've seen it done, but I've
Heartbeat
never done it
stopping.
before, and I don't know if the matron will like it, but. Okay, so she's going to. I'm going to pray and just say, "Matron, please help us. We need to question this man to help further your work." And then I put my hands on him, and I cast Spare the Dying.
Oh, awesome. Grave
It's
clerics.
a cantrip, so I don't have to roll, right?
Or
Or do I?
It's just what you do.
right. If
it doesn't
if
say
it was
roll.
if it
Yeah.
was like a target spell, that would
No.
require a roll. But yeah, no.
It's
If
range
it's
do
touch.
it.
touch,
It's like-
yeah, you're good.
It's like a light spell.
Does he have to roll any kind of saving throws? I mean, he's dying. I doubt
Nope.
he'd be able to, but okay.
She basically stops him from doing
Right.
Uh-huh.
okay.
it. She like, nope.
He has no
It's like I went,
influence in the
And
okay.
he went.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what I did.
Okay, so his chest is going up and down, and he's spitting all kinds of fluids, and there's fluids in his lungs, and,
I prop
he's
him
making
up,
all kinds
kind
of
of.
disgusting noises.
worked.
He's
but,
a big guy, so.
but his heart is beating
Okay, good.
as it
There's
is.
something in there. May I borrow the stone, my dear?
I'm afraid to
Do,
take
do we know what?
my hands off. Here you go.
Do we know what alignment the Mother of Ravens is?
Probably.
She
chaotic neutral.
is.
I would say chaotic neutral if I had to guess.
It's a great.
I know what she is, but I can't remember right now. I do know that she does not. One of our whole like tenets
Undead.
is that we
So technically he's not undead.
which is crazy that I have necromancy spells, but
It's more, yeah, it's necromancy, but it's not like
yeah,
bringing back from the dead.
She's lawful neutral.
lawful neutral, which would make sense to me
That's
because it's very like the balance of life and death. We don't mourn those who die because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know, we
Death
don't
is
bring
part of the
them back.
cycle. It
Yeah.
has to happen.
Law.
The undead are abominations. You know, that whole thing.
Dice
So.
aren't going to be nice to me
And
tonight.
I am
Right.
not lawful.
2 natural
Right.
ones
Right.
and 14.
Right and wrong. So for her point, it's the law is the law, whether or not it's right or wrong,
Yeah.
and then it's
As long as there's no undead
But
involved.
because she's neutral, I think that sometimes she kind of
that's just good or evil. She's neither good nor evil.
yeah, and so I think sometimes, like in my mind,
Well, it's
she-
her law.
If
She
this were
decides.
If it's her
evil,
law,
she
that's
probably wouldn't like it. If it were good,
She wouldn't
probably
allow it,
wouldn't like it
probably.
either.
Yeah.
But yeah,
She
so
just,
That's an interesting thought.
you know, this is just
The
what I
theology of
imagine
D&D.
with her. That she would be like, what would like? Okay, this needs to happen.
Mhm.
You know, so that's how I imagine it anyway. I don't know if that's how you are, but
So after she's done casting her spell and he's stable until she says she's done or whatever.
stable
or-
as he can be. His neck
Yeah.
is broken.
You sure? Yeah. I know he's not going to speak,
Yeah.
so I hand you the stone.
but I haven't used a spell
What
in a
color is
while.
the stone? Is it green?
Mhm.
I thought it was
Okay.
green.
It is.
Sounds green.
Yep.
Like this color?
I'm
of
going
green?
to use a second level spell
Kind of.
if this
Okay.
stone.
More translucent, glowy.
Yeah.
If
yeah,
I feel
okay.
like this stone is not going to mess with me, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts
Okay.
because I want to read his mind.
So
Prove it.
I want you to roll for control on the stone.
Okay, hopefully that goes well. 10. It's not bad, not good.
I will. So
Speaking
on
of neutral.
on that roll, I would allow you up to 2 casts out of the stone.
Okay. I might
So
need-
you can feel a small amount of power that you're able to draw out of it.
Oh,
Okay.
it likes me better. Just
In that case, I cast Cure Wounds, but not a lot. Just I basically give it to it, like not to the point where like I feel him like whole.
What?
I'm just. I'm. You can't stop me at this point. I'm just casting just like a basic Cure Wounds
Okay.
to like hopefully stop him from dying right now.
I want you to roll for control on it, since you're trying to do something that's not the
specific
way the
and-
spell's
yeah.
designed.
Yeah, it's true. Well, what do you,
Just- Nice.
I
You get it
Natural
exactly how
20.
you want it to be.
If we kill him again, can we get the experience again?
Did you want that light on, by the way?
Ta-da-ta-ta-da-ta. Now with light.
I was wondering why it was so
It
bad.
felt so weird in here.
Oh.
Do we look like angelic now?
Whoa.
No, it's good. It's good. It's just a little.
I was wondering why I couldn't quite get into
It's
the,
a little
my
different.
gaming
Something
mindset
felt
for this
a
game.
little wrong. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
We would have done the whole thing and been
We
like,
haven't done this in a while.
It's been a week.
we're drunk
That's a long
We
time.
checked and double checked audio, video, recording.
3 times.
We made sure
Lighting
David
now.
went to the bathroom before we started.
Mhm. Anyway, so
We all watched.
I didn't go. Oh god. Wow.
No.
Line.
The bathroom is a private place.
That's where I live.
Unless you're a
Not the
toddler.
bathroom, the other side of the line.
okay, so not bad. Heal him for 1 hit point.
Well, which is exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, I basically wanted to make him not die right now, this second.
Okay.
So she can stop whatever she's doing. I'm going to kill him again.
Okay.
Yeah. yeah.
But as
I don't think I can really stop what I'm
as
doing.
I kind
It's
of bring
just
him back,
happens.
and I turned to everyone and said, "Don't worry, I'm a professional." And then I look into his mind and I
So this is your second spell?
detect
Okay.
thoughts.
Let's hope it works.
I just want to make sure I'm doing exactly right. Okay, so I will be probing the mind.
Is this
first,
what you did to
first
that
part,
little-
yes, and I
okay.
killed it with
You
it.
killed it. Okay.
I can detect surface thoughts, but I can purposely go in deeper. But he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
If he can fight against it.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, it's if it notices. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. If it succeeds, the spell ends. Either way, the target knows that you're probing into its mind.
When you go deeper, it becomes
knows.
aware. Yeah.
And unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use its actions to turn the intelligence check. Okay, so I'm going to do that first.
Okay.
And if he notices and the spell's still going, which it will be, I'm going to probe Morin's mind.
Okay.
On accident. Just to see if he's on the up and up.
I won't lie to you guys. This right here, I'm not going to say this on here because I don't want the channel to get flagged, but that's the spell that came to my mind when you were doing this. This is a real spell.
Is that from
Pathfinder?
the other?
No, it's fifth. I think it's fifth.
No, it's not.
It's D&D.
Well, they might
be
have
an older
renamed it. Yeah. I've never seen that. I've read the spellbook like 30 times. Anyway,
it's from the
he's gonna
Book
make-
of Vile Darkness.
Oh,
No,
it must be.
it's
Okay, so it's
okay.
one
It's
of
from-
those additions.
It's from third edition.
Oh, okay.
That is my vile darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
What's he have to beat?
14.
Okay. His wisdom is.
He's probably going to beat it.
14?
I'm not with that.
Very good.
What do I know? Everything.
So,
I mean,
so you get what's looming big in its
I'm gonna
mind.
close my ears. 'cause
So
don't wanna
I
hear
get
this.
above his head and I make it like very dramatic because
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have to do this to cast it. I'm like humming a tune and
So-
like swirling darkness
Actually,
around his
with
head.
that kind of popping in my brain, that's why that popped in. I was like, this is dark.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
happening?
yeah. So you get a couple of things. First thing is he's very confused. He thought he was just in another place, and now he's in all kinds of pain.
And I'm actually kind of speaking to him while
Uh-huh.
I'm doing this because it actually says in there like talking to them helps guide their thoughts. So I'm actually speaking quietly into his ear and I'm just telling him, you know, you are going to a safe place. And I've changed my voice so
Like
he knows
in
it's not me.
Captain Marvel, when he was saying focus on it. No, in the very beginning of the movie.
There's nothing
You
wrong
know,
with that.
when they were going.
First scene.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
focus
yeah,
on
yeah.
those coordinates. Like, look at
Oh,
her
yeah.
jacket. You know,
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
essentially. So essentially, good.
That was a really good movie.
Anyway, so I'm basically
First
telling him in
movie
like a
once.
very calming, deep, like, you know, like a
baritone.
yeah, like a movie star type that we all talk about. Now you're going to sleep. no, Morgan Freeman voice. I'm guiding him to death. No, but I'm basically telling him, you know, your life is ending. What were those thoughts that you had? The things that you wanted to do, the things that you worried about. Who was this Dorian that killed you? What is this? You know, I'm just kind of like putting things in his mind to be like, can I find out if I'm a target, if I fail? Can I find out anything about Seeker Emmering if they already know something, and how many major operatives that I'd be dealing with, and what kind of people are around, like his job,
Sure.
kind of
sure.
like basically getting all of his info.
That's a lot of information.
I know. Well,
That
you
is.
tell me
yeah,
what there is.
I'll give you vague stuff.
I'm just telling you what I'm
You
looking
did
for.
roll a natural 20.
Well, that was
Oh,
on
that
the
was the-
cure
that
wounds.
was on the
That was on
cure-
the control for
that's
his
There
right.
was
cure
no
wounds,
roll for
yeah.
this, unfortunately.
That's
That
right.
that was a weird
I'm telling you
for
what I'm
us
looking
only
for.
kind of a roll, but
I'm just telling you what I'm looking for. You do what you
yeah.
want.
So what you get is he actually had he didn't know who you were, but he thought you were some weak weeb who basically ended him. So he's like really upset about that for one. But then you also see that
But he's the one that ended him.
right. Well,
That he
Sorry.
recognized the
Yeah.
mask and the guy with the swords.
yeah,
He would have blamed me.
Oh.
because
'Cause he saw
he
the
was
alley.
he was the guy in the alley who threw the apple core at him. You guys as characters wouldn't know that, but when he was trying to like throw intimidations and stuff at them, he was just like kind of, and now he's dead. Anyways, what you also get is he was an enforcer for the clasp. basically brute strength for the clasp.
But he was guarding these people, so I mean
He was guarding these prison cells, and
So who is his master?
there's a weird concentration on Genasi, and you don't know if it's the Genasi or who specifically, but you know that there is you notice a concentration in
the
his
cells?
mind
Oh, in the
his mind on Genasi.
Ooh,
So
interesting.
yeah.
So I don't get anything else from him. I whisper into his ear, "Go now to the matron," and I put my dagger into him. Just hit him quick, nothing painful as I can, just quick.
ending it. Okay.
And then I pull out and I look at everyone and I just say, "I'm sorry," and I hand her back the stone. I say, "I shouldn't hold this for a while."
I'm kind of mad at you because you keep taking my job.
And I turn to you and say, "I know, I'm sorry."
I'm just gonna go on record there. That was not right.
No.
I'm not okay with that. And then I'll walk away and go start searching.
But before you leave, though, I say, if it wasn't right, then the matron wouldn't have allowed it to happen.
And I turn to you and say, "There's something you need to know. So all of you need to know is that
Okay.
there's something about the Genasi, and I'm not sure what was in his mind, but that's what he was focusing on.
Any details about that?
Unfortunately, he was in the process of dying, and those thoughts weren't very clear. I did find out more information about him. He was not a good person. He had done terrible things, but everything that I know about him is that there's something stuck in his mind, continually in a loop, was about the Genasi, which I don't know much about myself. Do you?
I think we need to leave. Let's go.
Well, let's free these people first.
Are there people in there?
Well, we went
That's what I
to
was
save the
just
kid,
about
to- Okay.
and I'm like,
he's doing
Okay.
a search.
okay.
Yeah. So
And, yeah, sorry, I just wanted to.
Did you just want to do a normal search?
I'll
or-
just do a normal search.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
I think it was pretty normal. He's like, "I can see this
everything.
He's
like
so-
it's eagle vision. Everything's
he's-
lined in red and white.
Demetrius is
That was the-
very
that-
much in not focusing on what just happened and putting that behind him and looking over here.
That was
He
the
wants
right
no
roll to
part
get
of
a
that.
20, I'll tell you. So,
Oh, that's right. I
And
have
then
the
I
party
looted
fund.
who Demetrius?
No, I loot the guy. The guy that I just stabbed.
So, come on, where'd you go? So, you do find one child in the cells.
Is he alive?
Yes.
Good. Okay, we'll come back to that.
And through the rest of your search through the room, you find a small coin purse. It's on a table. It has 20 gold in it. And you also find a secret door against
20
one of the
gold?
walls.
Oh, against one of the walls. Was it in like a cage or just like
No.
against the wall?
Didn't get a secret door, which means there's more to this. Of course, there's more. It's a sewer, and we're in Iman.
Okay. Not anything else of note?
Not particularly. I mean, other than there had been other people in these cells, but there are not currently.
Okay. I'm going to... Because you guys didn't see the secret door yet. So I'm going to...
I actually am covering up the body because I know there's a child.
It's actually off the sides from the cells, so it's when you walk into the room, the cells are on the left. If you had continued straight off into that room, it would just look like a normal wall, but you found
A little
the
ledge.
seams to a door there. Yeah.
Okay. So after I spot that, I'm going to look over at these three and say, there's a door over there. And then I'm going to walk over to the and assess how the child is.
And I will follow. Since
I will hold back.
I'm kind of.
Okay.
I'll be
Healer.
listening in
Uh-huh.
earshot, but I'm covering the bodies
Uh-huh.
from the gore.
So,
Child's been through enough.
with your 20, you would have found the cell key on the enforcer,
Okay.
and
Did he
I
have any
ass-
money on him?
he had 2 small gems, rubies.
I hand them to you.
Okay.
Because you were the money man.
He's the banker.
2 small rubies.
2 small rubies.
So I don't know what we can get for these, but here you go.
Yeah, and with the 20, I mean, you guys find everything in this room, so it's
His molars are gold.
right.
That's worth something.
You can do that.
It's true.
You can do that. Yeah. So I assume you want to open the door, or do you just want to check on
I'm
the kid?
going back to check on the child,
Mhm.
and I'll come back to the door.
Child looks like he's crying. He's
As you're going forward,
Oh.
or Morin, whichever I'm closest to, I'll say, maybe find out if he's whatever this genasi thing is. He might have been taken.
I
for that reason.
actually was just gonna go there. Can
Okay.
I do like a perception check or something to see if I can see if there's something different about him?
Mhm.
Okay, come on. 13.
He does not appear to be
Okay.
Genasi.
I'll walk up to him and pull out a small bit of rations from my
Okay.
pack
Uh-huh.
and say, I'll say, it's a boy, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll say, here, boy, it's all right. He's gone. We're gonna take you back to your family now. Can you tell me what your name is?
My name's Roger.
Okay, Roger. Do you know why they brought you down here?
No, I was just playing with my. I was playing with my brother, and they took me, and I don't know. They were really mean.
Okay. Well, let's. Did you hear how many of them were there that took you?
It was two of them,
Okay. Okay.
and they hit me over the head, and they took me
Okay.
to this
And
place.
I'll look back and I'll say, do you guys have any questions for him before we send him back up to his brother?
Is he hurt? No, he's not hurt.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I have my mask on still, and I'm
Okay.
not taking it off because I don't feel comfortable at this place. But I say to the boy from afar, I said, "Did you see anything before they took you?"
It's really dark down here. I didn't.
No, I mean when they took you from your brother. Were you in a place that you shouldn't have been?
We were just playing outside.
Okay. Just wondering if they saw something they shouldn't have. Strange that they'd just take a random boy. Feels like there's more to it.
I reach out my hand and I say, "Let's take you home now." And so I want to take him out of this
Okay.
place.
And then I walk up to Demetrius and Morin and I say, that door probably leads to a network of this. More and more of these guys and enforcers. We need to get moving fast, and we need to cover our tracks because they have hunters, and they're probably not afraid to use magic to find us. So I leave with them.
I was already leaving.
Unless you
With
feel
the
like we
little
should
boy.
search for more prisoners.
Well, I didn't see any others in here. Does that door with the cracks in it, does it open out or does it open in?
It'll open in.
So it'll push in.
Yeah, so you can pull on it towards you.
Oh, it
Oh.
pulls towards me. It doesn't push in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe
The
we should
question
lock it.
for you is, what are we gonna do with these two bodies?
Not much we can do.
Okay.
If we try to disguise it, they'll know. It was clearly
Oh,
a
it
battle.
was-
The footprints
either-
are clearly laid out as a
It was
battle.
either that or we burn them down here.
You
Build
can
a
push them
bonfire
down the.
here.
We could also send a message.
What, like carve something into their scalps? That's. I mean, don't you think you've done enough dark today?
No.
Reese is ignoring all of this and just walking.
But
Okay.
I laugh and I
You
just
can't
say,
tell he's not okay with what happened. That was his passive aggressive.
I remove the clasp symbol and I put it on his forehead.
From theirs or
You remove
his?
his clasp symbol.
His.
And you just
Yeah.
set it on his forehead?
I said it. I'm not like I'm
We're
not
just
brutal.
being
Well,
clear.
I'm brutal, but there's a reason.
Morin speaks up and he says, "Shouldn't we at least see what's in the other room before we
Well,
leave?"
it
No.
could be a treasure room. it could also be full of
What
guards.
if, what if,
we honestly
what if
don't
they
know.
took these other prisoners to another room?
Yeah,
That's a good point.
No, we should leave now. We have to leave now. We
I'll
have
at
to
least
leave now.
I'll at least go over
we
and
could
open
press
the
our
door.
advantage that no one
Demetrius,
knows
don't.
yet.
Don't. Let's just go. Let's
Okay,
just
I
go.
got your back. Let's just at least look in. I'm curious.
You
And
can
then-
head back up.
Worst things comes to worst, we run, set off traps behind us as we run.
No, guys, please,
That's actually not a bad
please.
idea.
We have to leave.
What
we
are
have
they
to
going to
leave
do
right
if things
now.
are shooting off at them?
I agree. This is a better idea. Let's not get into a fight, though.
It's happening. Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna walk over and kind of
I ready my swords and
open the door.
I start walking behind.
Well,
him.
hold on. First, I want to. No. I want to
I
roll a perception to check for traps on the door.
I'm gonna tell the boy I'm gonna pick up a stone and I'm going to cast light. Right? Is that my cantrip?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, "Can you get home?"
There's traps in the other
I
rooms.
don't.
No, we.
Yeah, there were traps. that
Yeah, but we
st-
already that room isn't that big from where we were because going out of the store.
Okay, we show him out. And then
We already did the.
show him to the tunnel.
Yeah, because I've already been walking from that
That's
little.
Okay, so you go and
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know. Where are we?
Yeah, perhaps we just hang tight. We're not gonna go down here. I'm just gonna see what's behind this door. So I want to check for traps first.
Go for it.
Looks good.
Looks
Good.
great.
I'm very
There's
confident.
definitely nothing there.
I'm
I
gonna
love that.
do that.
And I'm so confident in his confidence that I'm like, I trust this guy. with my
He
life.
found the trap door.
He did.
How amazing was that?
Anyone would know.
A trap door, a secret door.
Thank heavens that turned on. It was getting pretty toasty.
Oh,
So
I don't know
yeah,
why
we've
I
had to
called it a
turn on
trap
the AC, guys.
It's a sad day.
All right, so I'm gonna very slowly open the door, find the
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
latch
standing
and
like
pull it
10
open.
feet to his right, like around the corner.
on the other side
Yeah,
of the door.
Morin, I imagines, on the other
You're
end.
just gonna peek in.
Mm-hmm.
It is a large cavernous room, dim lighting, and
It's a boss
from
room.
what you can see from where you are, you can actually see a wooden rope bridge leading somewhere.
And I kind of peek in, kind of take a few steps in and look, and I'm just like, oh boy. It's bigger than I thought.
The walls appear to be natural. It doesn't. This room does not appear to be really
As
man-made.
much as I'm fond. of
Maybe
rope
man-sculpted, but not man-made.
How far from the surface are we right now?
You can see a ledge.
No. From taking the boy out.
Oh, I mean, you're what 200 feet from where you are to where the stairs are that will take you back up to the sewer tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
You're like 200 feet from that.
Perhaps we wait here for a few minutes while you take him back up.
Hold the bridge.
Morin says, I might even suggest resting a short period.
Yeah,
That's what I was
definitely.
saying. That's what I was saying too. We just wait there.
This door is defensible.
We know if something's coming down that way.
I'm not coming with you, and I will not come back. So you are on your own. I'm sorry. And I just turn and I go.
Nice.
I'm just gone.
Nice.
Okay.
Inspiration point.
Woohoo!
I like your role playing.
Is that just my little books I made?
I swear under my breath, and I'm just like. And then
Good luck without your cleric, the only one that can do magic.
Oh, she took the stone with her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
anyone that dares to do magic. I'm stupid enough to try it. I look over at you and I'm just like, you can't see my eyes, but I'm just plain faced anyway. And I'm just like, dang it. Like, we need to press our advantage if we're going to do anything, but maybe we cut this bridge and just hope for the best. Hope that
Unless there's something over there.
there's always something over
I
there.
know.
That's the problem with over there.
FOMO.
Fear of missing out is real.
Uh,
You know,
Especially
we
in
got a
games.
good old Morin with
Put him on the front line. He'll throw his longsword.
we could cross the bridge and see where that takes us. What's one more step? Now that we're already here, of course we're gonna.
And I want to run this by you too.
Mm-hmm.
What if?
Take a D10 on stealth or something.
No. What if we take? What if we cut the bridge, but tie our own rope to it, so that we can pull it back up? So that way nothing
Not
can
bad.
come back.
Not bad.
But if we come back this way, we can pull it up and cross, and tie it back off and cross.
It's not a bad idea.
That way,
Morin
no one
says.
can come this way, and then we can go
I
back
hate
up.
it. Let's do it. Just
I
kidding.
hate it.
No, I think that's actually pretty good because then we cover ourselves.
And that
It's
way-
probably going to end horribly because we're
'Cause-
not in a great place.
Well,
tell you
because
right
but
now.
here, well,
That guy was nothing compared to what could
but
be done
here's
here.
here's the real truth. We do that, we can go back up, rest, and get Brees back with us.
Just my only hope is that they don't have people coming to visit whoever this kid was. I say we kind of keep eyes on that kid too.
We can pay someone to
I like
let
that.
us know if they see anything, if
Just
anything happens.
It's hard to trust anyone in a city full of thieves.
It's true.
But yeah, I agree.
Um,
Marn?
so I'm gonna take
Should I
out.
direct this more?
So my
Throw
idea, I'm trying to think of this. If someone were to come, if we were to tie a piece of rope to the end of the bridge and then drop it down and tie our rope where we could pull it up.
Mhm.
If someone came from the other way, they couldn't reattach it. They couldn't.
That would be hard to
The
do.
bridge, no.
They'd have to go.
The best
around
they
and
could
go-
do is maybe try to pull up the bridge and somehow utilize that rope if it were long enough to tie like a makeshift
It would take them a long
hang
time.
line or something.
Take them a long time.
Yeah.
But
Unless they're using magic,
Yeah.
which it's pretty hard to do now.
Hmm.
Because they could mage hand it up. I mean, really, just a couple of them.
Let's
Mage hand only does like 5
Telekinesis.
pounds.
I
or
would say
something.
telekinesis. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's
mage
do
hand
this.
is 10 pounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see.
I think we're overtaking this. Let's cut it.
Yeah.
Cut some. Put tie a rope to it.
Yeah.
Done. We'll come back.
Okay. And then
And
let's
if it's
barricade
loaded
this
full of
door,
people,
too.
we'll
Let's
just kill more people.
Actually, no. Let's not do anything with this door. But let's leave the bridge because if we come back and back up, we'll know someone has come through.
Yes. I'm gonna pull the other bodies in here.
In where?
In this room.
Wait, is this a ledge?
It's
the rope bridge.
The bodies.
Right.
I'm gonna pull off their
Right.
clasp
Yeah.
pins. Keep
do you,
one of
do
them.
you guys want to go into the room and see what's in it?
Yeah, we'll go in and kind of
Sure.
look over the
Quick,
edge.
yeah.
Well, we're gonna.
Meanwhile, have I made it out with the boy?
Yes.
In this
Okay.
time, we're like drying in the sand. Okay, if you go, and it's like a side
Sitting
thing.
in front of the door, like
I mean, we would have had to go into the room to cut the bridge anyway.
you would, yeah.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to make sure there weren't like
We were just still discussing
reinforcements
plans at
coming
that
down.
point, so you guys hadn't said that you
Zipper
actually
gate.
wanted
Yeah.
to enter.
Yeah, let's go in
Okay.
and take a look and see
Yes,
what's in
so you get the boy outside of the sewers.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, what do you want to do at this point?
Can you make it home on your own, or do you need my help?
He looks around.
Are you worried? Because I can walk with you.
I think I know where I am.
How about I walk with you,
Okay.
just to be sure. I'm
So,
also kind of trying to stall too, because I feel really guilty. But at
for
the same
leaving
time-
everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
no, you're playing your character.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no, that was a great move. I like
My
that.
character's man. I love you. It's amazing. That was really good.
So yeah, you're
It's hard to say no
you're
to
kind of
kids.
walking him around. I imagine you're gonna walk him back to
Yeah.
where
Do
you
we
think his
pass?
brother's gonna be.
Do we pass any like food vendors or like
It's a mon.
Yeah.
It's like the hot dog.
Okay, so
center.
I'm gonna. What kind of food is there? I know you guys
Venus.
are like doing.
Pig's feet, all kinds of random, sort of barbecue street vendor barbecue. That stuff's really easy to come by.
Okay. Something sweet, like
Apple tart?
pastries or.
There's a bakery. Yeah. I'd
Okay.
say you smell yeasty breads cooking.
Okay, so I pull him in there and I tell him to pick whatever he wants, and yeah, and I buy him what he wants,
He's
and
all
I get one too.
wide-eyed looking at all the.
And we get one for his
Whatever I
brother
want.
too. Do you have any other siblings?
20.
There's 15 of us.
Well, I don't have that much.
All named
Rubber 1, rubber 2, rubber 3.
Well, I just get one for his
Parents gave
brother.
up after one.
I just
After they
give,
gave birth to a litter of children.
I just get one for his brother too, and one
Okay.
for myself. So how
Okay.
much will that cost me?
5 pence.
It's coppers.
One silver.
Okay. And
Do you even have silver? Probably.
10 gold to
10.
1 silver.
Okay.
Wait, 10 silver to 1 gold.
Depending on the campaign, but
Yes.
yes.
okay.
Most
10 to 1
common.
ratio.
Most
That's what it says
the
in the
table.
book anyway.
Yeah.
The table.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Some people do it different. I do the table because I'm like, nope, not touching that.
It's written right
I think
there,
some of
why
them are like
not?
25
I
to 1.
usually
Just 10 to 1
don't-
on everything.
I don't
It doesn't-
keep track of the money, but
Yeah.
this time I'm going to try.
You guys were pretty poor for quite a few sessions there, so
Yeah.
I had
Me,
like
I'm
9
poor.
gold
yeah.
for a long time.
No, didn't you give it all to?
Nope.
Give it away,
I took it
give it
back.
away, give
I was
it
giving
away,
it to
give
the
it
old
away.
lady, but I didn't.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I was offering it, and she said, "Ugh."
that old hag. Anyways, so
So
okay,
you agree she was a hag? I'm just kidding.
I'm just calling her a hag.
No, okay, no, sure.
Okay.
I wasn't sure what was happening for a second there.
Pastries.
Oh no, with your hand.
It's okay. I'm used to it. You just learn to accept it after a while.
Just like the way I eat pastries, you just learn to accept it after a while.
Just like
True
the way I
story.
eat my pastries. Slowly.
Dipping my finger in slowly and licking it with my lizard tongue.
So,
Delectable.
so they buy a few pastries. You find something filled with cream, and you find another
Oh, did you find the brother?
small pie, and they're making their way out of the shop. That's when we'll come back to you
Okay.
guys.
Making the way
Is it good?
downtown.
Yes,
Yay.
The best in a
Sweet.
mom.
the sugar.
Woohoo!
How could it not be?
For real.
So
Sometimes people just don't know how to make bread.
it's true.
It's just cream.
Pastries.
It's true. That was a decent pastry bakery.
Good.
So you
The pastry bakery.
go through that
Pasty bakery.
pasty bakery.
Because the bakers are covered in flour, they look pasty.
Right.
Pasty bakery.
I was just thinking they never get out. They're always cooking.
That too. They say it's flour.
So you go through
They're
that
just up by now.
secret door, and there's a ledge, 10 feet away from where you are. And now that you get inside, you're getting a better look at the cavern, and there's a large body of water down in there. And there's actually a small boat tied off on a dock over down there, and you can see there's steps going all the way down there. And there's some other pathways kind of
This is
winding
a
off
regular,
another way.
This is a regular Skyrim dungeon.
I know.
Are you seeing that too?
Yes.
That one place, like
100%.
Bloatman's Grotto or something? Yeah.
100%.
So if
Or
there's a ship
hun-
in here, then
Or
we're
as the
gonna-
kids are saying these days, Hundo P. That's a hundred.
I'm
that's
glad I've never heard that.
true. You've never.
Goodness,
Isn't
no,
it? Isn't it
that's-
like
100%.
that makes me want to stab
That's
my
cool.
ears. Anyway, so,
Wow, you've just given me some ammunition here.
okay, so it's a compulsion.
That
I
is
can
actually how he it just his nose
legit
every time.
Can you do it
sorry.
again?
In the last 10.5 years I've been with him.
But
that's-
normally there's a noise, and that time it was.
Oh,
Those
I'm sad there
those
wasn't one.
steps are down across the bridge. The steps that go down to where that boat is.
I see. You cut the stairs down. Next
There's-
time we bring a mason.
There are some pathways going off the other way, and there's actually a door to another room near to where you are.
Amazing.
We need to come
I'm
back to
glad you got
this.
that. By the way, I'm taking that guy's warhammer and I'm going to sell it.
When you get back in there.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Are you kidding? That thing's probably expensive. You don't just throw a warhammer around.
Oh, I thought you threw them down already.
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna throw.
They're
it.
only
Ah,
getting
it's too much work.
they're only finally getting a good look at the room. So
Oh, okay.
I'm going to roll perception, see if I see any hints of people nearby, like lit torches or people. I don't see anybody. 2.
I mean, yeah, there is dim lighting.
So there's some kind of like lamps. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a network. This isn't going to get any prettier. I mean, yes, I would love to explore, but we need all of us if we're going to stand any chance. And we need to be at full health. Like, I don't feel very good. I don't know about you.
I
You
need
got
to-
hit pretty
I definitely
hard.
need to rest.
You need
We
a good
need
sleep.
to. We need to note.
Good nap time. and a whiskey.
I'm putting a bookmark in here. If anything comes back and is tied
Oh, we're coming back
to
here.
the magic or anything like that, we're coming back for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For right now, I say, instead of cutting down the bridge, Bask, what would you feel about putting a little marker
I'm
down
in.
next to the door so we can tell if it's been opened?
Oh, absolutely. And that way,
Lauren,
if we come
thoughts on
back,
that?
Wedge something in there.
Not wedge something, but like maybe place a book in a certain way, or like a
head.
string or something that if
A head?
it
what you
moves,
said?
if the door opens,
If the head's
then
gone
it'll
when we
move,
return.
and then
When you
if we
come-
come back,
when
we
we
can
come
see
back,
if it's
it'll
been moved.
And the bodies wouldn't be enough to like know if they've been moved.
Oh, that's true too. Is there a closet or anything in this?
But I'm
area?
not here. You don't have my
There's a
intelligence.
door really
No,
close
we
to where
don't.
you guys are standing when you're
if
looking
we
out
put
over
an
the cavern.
apple on the door, it will
I'll
hit
turn
them
and
in the
open the
head
door.
Okay.
when they walk in.
Right in there.
Okay.
Or like the penny. the
Yeah,
penny
it's
trick.
actually it's a large closet. It's actually large closet. It actually appears to be like a small armory.
What's in there?
Weapons.
Armory.
Well, I know, but like how fancy of weapons in armor.
Is
Not
there
not
sleevery
elegant.
in the armory?
What?
Is there sleevery to go around the
Sleevery?
armory? Around the armory?
What about legery?
It took me a second. I was
What
like,
about
what is he
footery?
saying?
Anyway,
Sleevery.
seriously, though,
Footery for the footman.
I know it's not like
that was
amazing,
a good
'cause
one.
they're
I
not-
really like that.
Yeah.
but they're not poor.
There's a couple racks of weapons and light armor and a couple of chests with clothes.
Can I search this room?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking the warhammer back with me,
13.
but I'm also going to take some. I'm poor.
Load all the weapons on.
No. I'm gonna take at least like one sword that looks half decent,
Okay.
usable, that I could even use if I wanted to,
Sure.
like a long sword or something.
There aren't
Scimitar.
any long swords. There's short swords and spears.
I will take a short sword because it's easier to carry.
Crossbows too.
I'll take a crossbow.
So you're taking a short sword and a crossbow?
And a warhammer. She's like this.
It's not that bad.
Clink, clink, clink.
No, I'm gonna attach the.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'm gonna be a regular person in Skyrim that just loads up on all the
200
stuff.
pounds. Hides it in his pocket.
I'm just going to my
Have Lauren
encumbrance.
carry it.
Lauren, you like to throw swords. Here's a bunch of
Oh
swords.
gosh. He's gonna be like
Our
what's her
pack
name?
mule.
Diana. or
Lydia.
what's it?
Lydia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old
Oh.
Lydia. But
Uh,
she leaves
screwing
at
everything up.
random. And
Oh
then she leaves.
yeah.
She's like
There
one
was
point
like
Just to get stuck in
one
a
point
dungeon and
where
she
she was
didn't
gone
have that
forever,
forever,
and
yeah.
then I'm like in this like off in this like wilderness, and all of a sudden she comes running up, and I'm like, I thought you were.
She's like, "How are you, my Thane?" And then she's like, "What? You've been gone for like 6 months." And she's like, doesn't have
Yeah,
a story.
yeah.
Just
Good old
comes
Lydia.
back.
I got all my stuff back.
Yeah, but it was like crap by then because
Yeah.
we'd already leveled up. Anyway, how are you, Mark?
Is this your old pack horse?
Yes.
I only thought of Sam sending off their horse
Oh.
in Lord of the Rings. Their little pony.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah. So
So sad. So you don't find a whole lot of note. You do find a fine linen shirt in the chests
we've already got
when
one.
you're searching through.
What color?
It's like a maroon with
Ooh.
some
I leave it.
green and purple trim.
You might need it for the party.
Someone might need that for the party. Demetrius, looks like it fits you just well. We can wear it to the party we're going to.
We're going to a party.
Yes. Haven't
That
you
was
heard?
Ashley saying it, by the way, because Brees isn't here.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I see it and it looks nice enough that someone could wear
Bask heard it in his mind's eye and he's like, oh,
it. Yes.
a party.
I saw the fanciness and I was like,
We're going to a party.
we might need that.
Okay.
Specifically, unless you have something nicer to wear in your robes that you're hiding. Or do you have a
I
bag?
wonder.
Do you have a satchel? I imagine you with like a mail bag type guy, you know?
Like the
Shoulder.
a messenger
yeah,
bag.
Bag.
Yeah. So I have an idea. What if we bring both those bodies in here Stage it to look like they were fighting each other.
I thought of that.
This is
That's gonna take some work.
So complicated.
Not really. It doesn't have to be elaborate. I mean, we could just
Let's do it.
we could just lay a
Rolling for
sword next to
anything.
each one of them.
I wish I was here to point out something. If you take his warhammer and you pawn it off, someone's gonna
We
be
didn't
like,
think of it.
That's fine. Yep.
I'm taking
we
his
did
warhammer. Maybe
I'm
you didn't bring
just,
it with
I'm
him to
just
work.
saying.
Maybe he left it at home.
Can I roll?
Oh, darn!
Can
I left my war at home.
He
Can
might.
I roll a wisdom check on that? On this? To see if I can
You left
stage
the
it in a way.
The smart one left us.
Ooh, 17.
I think I'm
You
smarter.
feel pretty
when I'm with
confident
you
that you
guys.
could make it look like they
They had
were
a scuffle.
doing something.
Do they have alcohol? Any of them? I mean, come on. They've got to have some. A little bit.
Roll perception. We'll see if any appears. Yes.
I take one and smash it over the head of another one.
All of
Once
these
we're
checks are
in
gonna be
there,
super
obviously.
high. and
Yeah,
then-
yeah. Well, not like
You
when,
got to go up to the sewer and drag those bodies down.
which we
right?
did,
So,
and the
yeah.
heads, and one of the heads, the head, because
Oh, because you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyway. So I bring the
Are
head.
you gonna bring all three of them in here? Because there's the enforcer too.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we've been doing while talking about
Yeah.
what to do
Uh-huh.
to save some time, and then we drag them in, and then kind of cover it up so it doesn't look like blood smears.
Trails.
Do
Bodies
our
being
best.
dragged.
Well, we're
No,
between
no.
the two of us.
Yeah.
We're
The
strong.
guy
enough we
that
can
got his
carry.
head cut off, I'm gonna leave
Oh,
there.
I'm strong enough that I could have carried.
The
each
guy
one
got
of
his
them
head
down.
cut off there. There's gonna be blood splatter. I'm gonna leave that guy there
Yeah.
because it
That's
wouldn't make
fine.
sense.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put the bottle in one guy's hand and smash it over the big guy, and then make it kind of look like
Yeah.
he hit him over the head. He got mad after he must have killed the guy on the way in.
The
He
guy
was
that
drunk.
the guy that is missing a head. Did he have a coin purse on him?
He would have. Yeah.
I'll
Mhm.
empty that. How much was that? I'll empty the coins into my bag
can't
and
remember.
put
Did
the
we already
purse
do-
next to the people down in the armory.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go get a chicken. Bring it back. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that's
Did I ever tell you guys about the riot we started with kobolds over chicken?
No, but that's a good story.
Just
Story for another time.
another time.
Please
We
write
started
it
a
down.
riot.
It should be like there should be like a story time with Mark.
Oh, man. I have so many stories, my friends.
Save it for the
How does it go?
podcast.
Does it turn out?
That is such a good idea.
Yeah,
Hint, hint. There might be a podcast coming soon.
they know.
Haha.
I've hinted.
Yeah.
Not
No.
really. I got. Yeah.
You guys feel pretty confident that you would pull it off to somebody who wasn't incredibly
Intelligent,
gifted at
Perceptive.
seeing that kind of thing and tracking it out. Yeah.
but we'll see. It might help us for a while.
Yeah.
If anything, they'll admire our handiwork.
Yeah. All right. So at this point, we're gonna go out,
And cover
close
our
doors
traps.
behind us, cover our traps, and I want to set like a little, not a
And
trap,
I've spent
but a
all
little
my
trip
gold on
wire,
presents for this
Okay.
boy.
little trip wire on that
Just kidding.
secret door, so that if we come back, I'll see if it's been tripped,
Like a horseshoe swing.
or like a single horsehair tied on either side. So if
You
it
carry a
breaks.
bundle of those.
I was thinking.
I do.
I was thinking a paint bucket with a string that would come down.
This is way too elaborate. You got so mad at me for doing that.
Yeah, but
But she's being quiet about it.
I'm not there. Yeah, too quiet.
All right. Anyway, so we do that and we leave.
We
Okay.
did not get
Now that
naughty.
the session's
because it
half
kept
over.
falling
Because it
down.
kept
You
falling.
don't have a steady hand.
Okay, so we leave it and we cover our tracks and we
I
exit.
want it to fall
Great.
so bad right now. I can't even tell you.
Great,
So we don't know where she went.
You make your way
but
out.
I do
So
remember where the boy came.
We'll go back to you.
We're all skipping down the street. We got away with murder.
We just framed 2 dead people.
how
Ain't nobody gonna break my stride.
you're just looking around for her brother. You didn't actually see his
His-
brother
yeah.
before you went into.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
forgot that there was
wasn't
even a little
was
boy
it
down
us, or was it just him that saw the brother?
I think
It was
you did. Too.
You did.
Yeah.
She saw you.
there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I kept forgetting that we
Das
were doing
Bruder.
something down there,
Yeah.
like other than save Basque.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, wait, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
What
fortuitous
was
at best.
Have we found him yet? Or do we want me to
Sound
roll
effects.
something?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah. I want you to roll.
What am I adding?
You'd be
Investigation,
rolling.
perception.
investigation because you're going to be asking around.
It's
Kinda.
the same anyway. 16.
Sponsored by Blue
16.
Drink.
Yeah. So after a little bit of looking around,
Poor
you,
little kid can't remember where he lives. He must got hit in the head pretty hard. Are you sure you're
you
okay?
don't know how far he was dragged.
I'm worried she's about to go into a trap. Like he's part of
So
it's a trap.
it.
I didn't think about that.
I did, but I couldn't say it.
Then why didn't you come with me?
Because you
I
abandoned
had
the
to,
party.
I had to plan a murder. I mean, cover up.
There has been a murder, and you are a suspect.
Okay.
Oh man. You do find his brother after a few
Oh,
minutes
good.
of searching.
You
And,
give him his pastry. Say, here you go.
and he goes, "Thanks, lady."
You're
didn't even-
welcome.
Hey.
Now stay out of trouble.
So
Okay.
Stay out of the sewers. They're gross. We don't play in them.
It's a crappy place to go.
He hugs his brother and he says, "Come on, Mom's mad. We gotta go home."
What did he say?
Mom's,
Mom's
mad.
mad. Gotta go home.
Okay.
Don't you speak street?
I wasn't there. I wasn't listening. I just didn't hear what he said.
I was speaking street.
Word.
All right. So I'm gonna
Yo.
watch them. I'm gonna watch them go, just to make sure. Do I see them go
Careful
into a
on white
house
showing.
or
They run down the street. I mean, are you gonna
Oh.
follow them or?
no?
Okay.
No.
Here's the real trick. How are we going to know which way she went?
Because I knew where the kid came from. He came from an alleyway.
As long as she waits for you.
She
So
probably won't.
where am I?
Permanent
this
split
is
party.
Like, this is like 30 minutes later.
You're
at
within
least.
you're within a block of the sewer
Okay. Oh wow.
entrance.
So they didn't.
It wasn't
didn't
far. I
take
ran
far.
real fast. And
So what's around me? Like
Grocery
shops.
shops.
What kind of-
Shops and homes.
What
and
kind
it's,
of shops?
It's not very well zoned, so you know they kind of
Yeah.
a conglomeration. People living in their shops, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
So there's
No.
people
Nice.
selling knickknacks, this and that, bubbles.
That's nothing like spell components. Because I need some.
You could probably find that at a variety shop of some kind.
Okay.
Assuming anybody's selling stuff that gives you what you need for magic.
I need parchment.
I think you could find that.
I
Feeling a
need
little parched?
salt.
You could find that too.
Or are you
And then I
feeling
have everything
salty?
else
Huh?
already. And I have everything else already.
Oh.
Except do I need can I buy that somewhere?
phosphorescent moss. It would
or
definitely have
would
to be
I
like.
find that?
You can find it, or you can buy it.
Okay.
Phosphorescent.
Because I probably because we've been going off on the assumption that I have these things,
Mhm.
and so I just have to replenish them,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. So maybe I'm looking for like an herbal, because maybe I do kind of want to look
You
for
just want parchment.
some and I want to look
salt?
for like healing potions because I know those are hard to come by, but I want to see if maybe I can find them or even get things
Shop
to.
generators if you need them.
Mm.
It's open for you just in
Sure.
case you need some like.
Sure. Yeah.
But I
always
mean,
have
if it's
handy.
not in this area, I'm not gonna go too far from
Yeah.
this area.
So you're looking for
And-
probably an alchemist or.
And then how far are we? Because we were staying in an inn, right?
We
that
sure
was-
were.
That was closer to Lord Wellington, right?
Let's see.
Had we even gone in there yet?
Jarl's. You talking about Jarl's Tavern?
Jarl
No,
Jorgensen's?
that was we didn't go back to that one.
Jorgensen.
We didn't go back to that one, did we?
No, no.
You stayed in Jarl's and then you stayed in one that was close to the
No,
Temple
we
No,
District.
we
never stayed
didn't
in
stay at
Jarl's.
Jarl's.
Oh, that's right. You stayed.
We stayed at a
the
different
one at the
one.
Temple District.
We all slept
Close-
together.
The one that was really close to the Temple
We
District.
cuddled.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
But weren't we moving to a different inn, or should I go back? Were we going to meet back
Did
at
you
that
guys
other
stay
one?
at another one? I think you've only.
Yeah, because after our chase, we stayed at an inn that was
That's
close to that
right.
area,
That's right.
and then
That's where we met Maura.
then I
then
was
we
unconscious.
stayed at the one closer to the Temple
Mhm,
District.
Because
mhm.
we thought that she
And
thought
we
that they-
we were leaving that one to go somewhere else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did we say we were going back to Jarl's?
That
Because
was.
I'm trying to remember where we
It
were
was
supposed to
kind of
meet
the
back.
plan.
Because
That is
we were
where you
all,
were supposed to meet.
That is
Okay.
true.
Mhm.
So-
That's a good point.
Yep.
Do I remember how to get back to Jarl's?
Can't
You
wait
could
to
find your way either
talk
by
to
asking.
Jarl
or-
Jorgensen.
Okay,
again.
all right, then I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go back there, and if I happen to pass a shop along the way that looks like I can get some of those things, then
Uh-huh.
I'll go in.
So
But
we're
if not,
skipping
I'm
to
not
Jarl
going to.
Jorgensen's right now. Is essentially
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, did we haven't met up with her yet?
No, but that's why we said we'd meet if we got separated.
Oh, is that what we said?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't-
Yeah, and the way
Yeah,
back.
the agreement was because everybody split up. The agreement
You
was
went to
that
Lord
everybody at night
Wellington's.
was going to go back to
Uh-huh.
the
I was
Jarl's
at the
Tavern.
temple. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I would say I assume she went to the prior meeting place that we had said we were going to meet at. English is a language I'm having trouble speaking.
I think I might take like kind of a long way too. I'm not going to go like directly there.
She's exploring the city.
So
sightseeing.
just kind
Okay.
of. But I'm going to be really cautious.
Mhm.
So can I do like a perception check or something to
Mhm.
like make sure I'm like not being followed
Mhm.
and that there's no
Sure.
like, shady
Looking
people
over your
around me.
shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like not obviously.
Absolutely. Mhm.
15.
Nice.
I
Nice.
think that's pretty good.
No.
15. So you're feeling kind of
Jumpy.
paranoid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the you know that for some reason a clasp member was looking for Genasi or was
Mhm.
thinking about Genasi for some reason.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're definitely on high alert. You don't notice anybody following you or telling you or anything like that.
Okay.
I love the conversation we just
Yeah.
had.
But yeah, as you make your way back to Jarl's, you do see an alchemy shop. It looks pretty worn down. It's probably not being visited a whole lot. And can I have you just roll like a base intelligence throw?
Natural 20.
It's pretty base.
Because magic
Pretty boss.
has been pretty much become taboo in the city. People aren't buying magically related items, but this place does appear to be open for business.
Oh, okay. All right. What is it called?
It's called.
And here we go.
Well, I want to make sure I can find it again.
It's called Boha's Mystical Oils and Elixirs.
Okay, let me see that so I can write it
Bobas?
down.
Boha.
Boha.
Yeah.
I thought you said Bobos.
Bobos.
B-O-H-A.
B-O-H-A.
Yeah.
Mystical.
If you could prove to me that that's written right there.
Right at the top.
Boha's
Merchant
mystical.
generators, use them.
I love
Boha's mystical.
Merchant generators is one of my favorite things.
Mystical
Love
Oils
it.
and Elixirs.
By the way, Don John, use that website. They don't sponsor me, but they're amazing people. They have generators galore. Seriously, it's a DM on the fly. Use them.
Okay, I'm heading in there.
I'm heading in there. Okay. As you approach, you notice that the street is paved with scorched flagstones. The shop is a single-story timber and brick building with carved wooden doors and a tiled mosaic floor.
Put your phone down. So I can see your
He's
face.
reading
Oh.
his notes.
I'm reading. An obelisk engraved with glyphs stands beside the building. Inside, you see a shopkeeper. He's a tall male named Boha. He wears a collection of protective
He has
charms
a
and
boha.
talismans.
Do I recognize any of the charms or talismans?
Boha, wear a feather, Boha.
Not particularly. They look
Okay.
look tribal.
Oh,
They
okay.
look
Okay.
like sort of shaman.
Is he a human?
He is.
Okay. Okay.
But strangely, he has an orc name. Boha.
That's because he wears Bohas. We talked about that. David and I did.
It's funny, okay?
Yeah, laugh at it.
Okay.
Accept the joke.
Okay. All right.
I'll put a
So
laugh track
what
for you.
can
Oh, please do.
All right. So is he the only one in here?
I feel like I'm on Friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
episode is
what
gonna
do
be
I see
exactly
like on
that.
like the shelves
Yes.
and
He has various
please don't make me
bottles and ointments and gels,
okay, do I recognize any of them from like
waffables.
Waffables? I love it.
do I recognize any of them? Because I mean I have a high medicine.
I'm so glad you have quaffables. It's exactly why I'm here.
See, I just keep hearing quaffle.
Quaffable, something that you quaff is something you're drinking.
It's interesting
It's
colored
awful.
liquids
Yeah.
in different jars and
Okay.
bottles.
It's like arms and hands.
They're not really labeled very well. I
Okay,
mean, it's
okay.
There's like a shriveled
All
hand in
right.
the corner.
yeah.
I'm now imagining the store in Nocturne Alley.
Yes, me
Harry
too.
Potter.
Use it.
Hundo P, actually.
He says, "Hello. What can I do for you?"
Humanity is lost.
Do you have any? What did I need? Hold on.
You need some quaffable.
He says, "Go on. I'm not very busy."
I think of like an edible
Take your
quaffle.
time.
A quaffable.
You know what? Do you have
like a
any
quaffle
healing
cookie.
potions?
It's a big ball.
Ah, healing
One
potions.
now.
I do have something that might suit your needs. It is a potion of cure moderate wounds. Would that do for you?
Yeah. How much?
300.
I'll be back. my
I left my.
valet has my money. I don't carry it around with me in the city. I must go.
I'll be
300? Of course it would be, because
It's a mon. And also, magic
High,
is
short
Yeah.
demand. I mean,
cure.
short supply.
People can't cure.
I'm just
something
trying
more.
to picture this from Boha's perspective, where he's like, "Where's this
No.
Cleric walks in. Hi, everybody.
I'll be back."
Oh, I left my wallet.
I left my wallet on my bar.
what else does he have? Does he have any, like...
I left my charisma guy back there. Hold on. Can I get
Whoa, whoa,
parchment?
300. I
Parchments.
wouldn't pay more than
That's not
3.
really my specialty.
I know. I just
could
thought I would
natural
ask
20.
if you
I
had
could
some.
check in the back.
Don't
I
worry
usually
about
have
it.
somewhere that I keep notes on, that sort of thing.
All right then. Before you do that, do you have anything in here that's really cool
squirrel juice?
that I
Really cool.
that you're really excited about?
Let me tell you about
Now
oil
10%.
of magic vestment.
Okay.
It is a
I'm really
translucent.
making it.
He pulls out a jar and he says, "This tincture here causes one's eyes to turn blue when used. Of course, your eyes are already blue. I don't know what your use would be, but it's quite the unique
Interesting.
oil."
Potion really blew me away.
Okay.
You
Well,
might say. Not
You
really.
have quite the establishment here, Mr. Boha.
Oh, thank you.
It's very interesting.
We're one of the few still operating
and that is commendable.
alchemy shops in town.
I will be back later. And I leave.
Have a great day.
On the way
And
back,
if it's not Boha's, then Doha.
no one's bothered to tell him it doesn't make sense. For the way your characters.
that was a great catchphrase.
If it's not Bohan, then Dora. And
Good slogan.
everyone's like, don't go there. That's why he doesn't get a lot of business. I'm
That
still
was
in business because he
crazy, dude.
refuses to get out of it.
I'm not really. She wasn't really looking to buy anything. She was just wandering around.
Yeah, sure.
On the way back, I am going to sell
Besides, he does have all my money
all the stuff I'm carrying
because
excess.
he has the share.
Maybe we should look for a jeweler on the way back.
Yep.
And sell those things.
Yep.
No one likes to carry
Would you
jewels.
just call me?
The jeweler?
I am gonna go back to Jarl's from here and get a room and just go up there.
Get a room.
Yeah, guys.
Why did we just do that?
Because you're 12.
Yeah.
Basically.
So we should stop by an armor schmitz.
How much would a room cost me for the night?
What is an armor schmish?
1 gold.
He's like a really
Can I
bad
set up a
armor
tab? Because I
smith.
don't know how long I'm going to be
Send
staying
an armor
here.
smith with a speech impediment.
You can open up a tab if you make do
All this
on
stuff for a
it
little bit.
at the beginning of every day.
Is this Jarl speaking?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Does he recognize me? Good.
Good. He'll,
I don't
he'll
wanna be
recognize
recognized.
you unless you change your face.
What
Okay.
face?
So I'm just going to go up
Which face? All of
to
them?
the room and just
What if I just
Okay.
showed up as you for the day?
Okay.
and ask that dinner be sent up to
Probably
me.
get more tips.
I'm not gonna.
We're twins. Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock the door.
Our
Back
side
to you guys.
conversation is
Something
important.
against the door.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's not drowning out the rest of what's happening here.
No, I'm sure it's not. No.
What are you guys doing?
So exciting, guys.
Selling drugs to kids. No, we are
No.
selling our weapons.
Whoa.
Thanks,
Yeah, T.O. guys. Time out.
I wanted to know how that was pronounced.
Say it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, let's go.
What did you
Do
call
it
me?
again. Do it again while she's drinking.
You are a number.
Okay,
You are evil.
so
Oh, it
Oh.
went sideways. Hold on.
Wait.
Where'd you go?
Oh.
Unguent.
For those of you who wanted to know what the word was.
unguent. Okay, so should we look for a weaponsmith on the way back? It shouldn't be too difficult. Ask
What
a few
time of day?
questions
What
along
time of
the way.
day is it?
Oh, what time of day was it? It was evening when you guys went into the
Mhm.
tunnel, so it's getting quite late at this point.
No wonder why their
It's-
mom
it's
was
dark
mad.
out.
Dang it.
Yeah.
We might just have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
Some shops might be open. It's a big city.
Well, on the way back, I mean, armor smiths, weaponsmiths wouldn't be too hard to find, especially in a fantasy world.
if they're
where-
working
No.
late, yeah, it's yeah.
I'm
Bask,
sure
where,
someone is.
where were we meeting, Bask? Where were we meeting? Reese?
Jarl Jorgensen's place. Remember?
Oh, you're daring to show your face in there again.
What face? I changed to just another attractive looking man. Very resemblance of this one. Like we're brothers. And I'm like, so brother, where do you think we are? I changed my voice a little bit. So where do you think we're going? Like weaponsmith wise, do you think there's one nearby?
I'm just gonna
as
let
I'm talking, I'm turning my
exhale.
cloak inside out, so it's like a different like shade. and
It's
I'm
gonna.
just-
This is the action that Demetrius is gonna do. He's gonna look at you, and then walk away. Just walk towards the arms.
Morin
Exhausting.
speaks up and he says, "You know, that big fella probably broke a couple of my ribs. I don't want to do any shopping.
No.
I'm gonna go lie down."
I was more thinking unloading, but yes, I think you
Share
should.
the load.
You know, Morin, we've needed to talk. I've trained as a swordsman my whole life, and I've got to say that tactic you used. Where did you learn that?
Well, I didn't want to miss out on any of the fighting. You see, it's
Are you good with your hands?
My lady friends might say so, but
Oh.
I don't even. I just smile and go,
Oh.
Morin, we need to have some more talks. But here's what I think. Next time, would you like a short sword?
I've got one
Well,
for
this
sale
will
here.
throw
It's
much
only 10
better.
gold.
this will throw much more effectively, I think.
I give this to you as your payment for helping us.
I don't need payment.
No, I know.
There was no
This was a tip then.
offer of. I'm not a paid.
Because it's a
whore.
sword, get it, tip, take it. Do you want it? You
That
want
was
to
a
throw
sharp
this?
joke.
Or do you want to throw it? Gosh. Do you want this or you? I should say.
As a gift,
like that
I
joke was
might be
cut
willing to
pretty deep.
accept, but
I-
it's
I
not
cut
what
myself
I'm
pretty
good
deep,
with.
and
You
I
know,
didn't
my-
realize
my
it.
long sword is what I'm really gifted
I saw
with.
that. It was a display to be sure. Well, in the future, we'll throw some swords together and we continue to Jarl Jorgensen's.
I'll show you my Lamench
Please
learned battle strategies.
Okay. Oh, right. That's your
His
okay.
last name, yeah.
Okay.
They have a weird
Please,
relationship.
there's children present. All right, so let's get to Jarl Jorgensen's then. Not for your Lamench. I mean, let's go there for. How about a good pint?
Mila, what?
If it's a gift, I'll accept.
I'll buy you a pint then. Maybe I'll pay with the sword.
Gods be praised. Let's go get some ale.
So we get to Jarl Jorgensen's, then that's what we're doing.
Okay.
That's our plan.
Good.
On walking in, all
Me and Morin's, I'm saying.
go
Like, he's
up.
already gone.
Yeah, well, no, I wasn't that far ahead. I was kind of just keeping like a step or two ahead, just kind of rolling my eyes a little bit here and there.
As we're going, I'm kind of thinking more. I want to look a little bit more like him, like just a bit more, like same eyes, similar nose.
Okay.
Same length of hair, but like I'm
Whose?
pulling it up into like a top
Whose?
knot.
Demetrius.
As mine?
Yeah.
My hair's
He's-
already pulled back.
He's your brother.
All right, well, I'm pulling side of it, like part of it up.
I'm gonna walk.
Being a
I'm-
changeling is
when we-
awesome.
When we walk in, I'm gonna go up to Jarl and ask if he's seen Breeze. Did a young lady make it back? Make it here in the last hour?
We have a few young ladies around.
Oh,
that's
I forget what she looked like.
I have
Silver
white hair.
White hair. Yeah.
She's
Blue
pretty.
eyes.
She's pretty hard to mistake. She would have rented a room. White
like
hair,
Bit to
young.
Daenerys, like
Oh, yes, some 30 minutes ago, perhaps. Yes, I did rent out a room to a woman you're describing.
Okay, she's a friend of mine. Can you tell me which room?
I don't know that would be in good
Good
taste.
man.
That was a test. If you passed, I'll say. And
we will stay.
hold on. I want to roll a charisma check on this
'Kay.
as mine
Please
because
do. I don't.
no.
And I want that to be known. I am people that use charisma as like an actual charisma. It bothers me. And he's not the one that's supposed to speak for every encounter just because he has a high charisma.
Right.
If
Oh,
any of you
the
want
bard?
to talk and
Yeah.
do this,
Yeah.
just because it's my character, it's just like a rogue shouldn't be the only one sneaking
Yeah.
and
Right,
doing all that.
right.
So-
just being said. Hear
so
it.
so I rolled. That's a 14 total.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's very good, Jarl. That was a test. Now and you passed. Now you can tell me which room she is. She's a friend of mine.
Does he believe you? Insight. What's your
Total.
yeah?
This was a 14.
Okay. I don't. How did you say you know her again?
She's a comrade of mine. We've been adventuring together.
I mean, we do that kind of thing here, but I don't normally send people unsolicited up to others' rooms.
Good man.
My good sir, are you accusing me of being a prostitute?
Shh, keep your voice down. You are a great prostitute.
Don't offend the ladies in the room.
It's probably just a bunch of like women with like beards. Like waving.
But I'm gonna look visibly offended at that.
I'm gonna mirror that image.
This is great.
Like the same look exactly.
See this.
Just behind him.
You may or may not be a prostitute. That's not any of my business. How about this? I'll send
what's
someone
your
to her
business?
room to see if she's expecting anyone.
I think that's a good
You
idea.
passed it. You passed another test. You may continue. You may proceed. And I'll take.
2 prostitutes.
I was gonna say 3, but sure 2. No, I was gonna say I'll take 4 pints as well
Oh,
to
nice.
that empty table over there.
Okay. Get out. As you're making your way back to your table, you hear, "Hey, my friends!"
Jackie Stouthog by the 9.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, he doesn't
I
recognize
was wondering
me.
if
Did he see me come
I was
in?
wondering if I'd see you
Oh no.
people around here again.
Oh my gosh! Can
We
I
were
pretend like I
wondering
don't know him?
I don't, because I don't look like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Oh, I actually said that
mean.
though, so he's gonna like,
Guys.
who are you?
Yeah. Somewhat
Oh man,
confused.
16.
That is so mean. You were so mean.
I'm the one that said I recognize him. He won't know who I am.
He looks at you and then he looks at you and he says, well, maybe you're the one I'm thinking of.
Most definitely, yes. Yes, it is me.
How's that illness been treating you since your recovery?
Got everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It was bad. Don't tell everyone, but tell everyone. It was really bad.
Oh.
Shall I send you
kill you
regards to Lord
fast.
Wellington?
Oh, yes. Tell him I am recovering well. Down
Join
there.
me for a drink. I'm having the night in here
Oh,
tonight.
Jackie, in the morning, really just stick around. I want to hang out with you, get to know you.
I have, but
be
I
best friends.
I
with
have
you.
my duties in the morning,
But-
but tonight,
Will you come to my room later? We'll talk. We'll have just a good chat.
come to your room.
Yeah, we're gonna be drinking all night. It's gonna be
Which
great.
one? Which room is yours?
I'll tell you when I know. I haven't got one yet.
His room is 5.
That's what I'm wanting to hear.
His room is number 5.
Third door on the left. No, I'm not being rude to him. I'm
Okay.
just wanting him to hang out with Demetrius some more. Anyway, backfired a bit, didn't it?
It totally did.
Anyway,
This is
so
on you now.
it's actually on you. Anyway, so Lauren, how about that drink?
Oh,
Wait,
right.
what did you say your name was?
Who are you talking to? Which one?
Jackie.
Jackie Stouthart. So I heard you say.
Oh,
We have to do that every game.
It's in every game. It's so hot. Anyway,
You did come to his favorite tavern.
Jackie.
Oh,
it's
and
the
then I'll
closest
say,
to Lord
Jackie! Of course, Jackie! I remember you.
This is my brother.
Wait a minute. Oh,
That's why we look.
I see the resemblance.
Yeah, it's pretty
Where
uncanny.
were
right?
you before?
Oh no, I'm the one that you met.
Well, he just said that he was sick with the. Did you both have it?
16?
No.
Yep, it was me.
No, we didn't both have it.
But
No, we're just trying
wait,
to confuse it.
You've had too much to drink already, right? It's confusing. Don't
and
think
you'll
too
join me for another.
much. Oh, are you kidding me? We'll have 6 more. It's fine.
We're gonna
That sounds
drink
like my
under the
kind of
Drinking
night.
more. I'm gonna pretend to drink.
Oh.
Anyway, we drink, but also, I do want to know what she's been up to. More importantly than the shenanigans. The shenanigans will carry on, but I go up to the room when I get a moment, looking like one of the constant tavern people that are giving people drinks.
So you're kind of sneaking your way
Oh, I'll just-
up there.
In a dark moment, I will dark corner, not dark moment.
Dark.
I just
You've
look.
had a few of those.
I dress like a prostitute,
dark
and I go
corner?
up. Well, I look like one of the girls, and just go up there.
Now Bask is a crossdresser.
You situate your.
Changelings are highly no one knows. They're ambivalent. So I go up and I
You situate your push-up bra that you had stowed away and
Corset. Push-up corset.
corset. Yeah.
I just wear
Who's
a
gonna
corset.
lace that up? Because I'm not doing it.
Guys, I already wear a corset. Anyway, I go upstairs
Of
and
course that you do.
I know. I knock on the door and I just put on
To whose door?
her door.
He
He
didn't tell
doesn't
you
know.
who it was.
I'm going to all of them. Hopefully, I get the right one eventually.
Okay.
How
I think
long
you
does
should
it
make
take
him
me?
roll.
Yeah, I think
How
you
long does it
should
take-
roll like a percentage on that one.
Oh wow.
It doesn't take me too long, right?
Yeah. I'd say you have one failed door.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, wrong room.
and
But there's a guy down there looking for you named Jackie Stout. Anyway,
but yeah, on your second try, you do find the right door, and you hear a knock at your door.
I wonder who he would have been if we'd been kind to the DM.
And this is actually the second knock. So first knock, somebody would have come to check to see if you had people that you were expecting. Would you have answered the door at all,
No.
even for the first one? No.
Nope.
So you get a second knock this time.
Nope.
Pick the lock.
There's no
But
lock.
you don't know that that's her.
Is there a lock?
You don't know
Oh,
that this
that's
one's
right,
her
I
unless
wouldn't.
she
Oh,
answers the door.
keys. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true. It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
I
answer.
I use my voice that she would recognize, and I not,
Oh,
but I look
wow.
like
As a woman,
but I look like a woman, and I'm just like,
it makes me think of white chicks.
Brees, are you in there? I knock on the door. Brees, are you in there?
It's a trap.
Nothing.
No.
Might be an empty room.
Okay, so I start to walk off, and I go to the next door. Brees, are you in there? Knock, knock, knock.
You have a few uncomfortable situations of people
Especially
trying
because I sound
trying
like
to
a
invite you in their room,
I
or
sound like a guy. Walks like a woman.
one guy's like, "I'm into that. Come on."
It's beguiling.
Anyway,
Yeah. So
I give up.
a few
and come
awkward moments for you.
downstairs.
Yeah.
I come downstairs and be like, She's up there. There's a couple that didn't answer.
Did you change back, or are you
Nope.
still?
I didn't. I sit down with you. I'm just like.
I'm gonna take
she's up
my
there,
rest because I'm pretty beaten up.
I feel like we've offended her. She didn't answer any of the doors.
Okay, hold
Or
on.
she's
Hold on.
sleeping.
Hold
and
on.
then I change back as soon as I realize.
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
changed back? Don't change back.
Okay, I don't change back
Hold on.
for a minute.
Okay.
Hold on.
We're all on the bated breath.
Okay.
Or you
So
could do,
this
like,
is
the
what
Jeopardy
I'm.
song.
This is what I'm gonna lean over and whisper to Jackie before he transforms back.
I'm scared.
This is a film.
So I sit back on the. So let me start over. I come down and I say, so they didn't answer. None of. I got the right person, but
Oh, they don't. No, are you still the?
Yeah.
With
say,
your
I
voice?
forgot. I forgot. I just flat
Yeah.
out came down. And I'm just like, okay, well, I went to all the doors. She didn't answer. So
Please do something.
there could be like 2 doors that I'm not sure.
I'm gonna start
Jackie's
nudging
just
Jackie.
like wide-eyed looking at you, and he said, "Well, I didn't expect the night to go this way, but come on then."
And then I just look around for a second. I'm just like looking at Moira and looking at Demetrius, then back at him. Like,
And Demetrius is like trying so hard. He's like sitting there
He has a
staring
sense
at
of
you. Just
humor. I love it. Demetrius has a sense of
I
humor.
know, I love this. So I look at him and just say, well, what? What are you talking about?
I know you're quite well. I can get a room for fairly cheap. Come on, let's.
I'm not tired yet, Jackie. I want to drink some more.
But but he said that
I figured.
yeah.
you're bought and paid for. Let's go.
I'm hardly bought and paid for. I barely get paid for anything. I just got to the city.
He kind of starts to get red in the face, and he says, "Don't talk back to me, wench. Let's go to the room."
I stand up with a knife and put it to his neck. I'm like, what did you just call me? And then I realize
He looks down.
that I'm brushing against him. And then I just kind of smile and say, I'm sorry, bad habits. You go up to room 5 and ask for Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Now, I like a woman that knows her place. And he starts heading up the stairs.
I'm so glad Brees is in
Have
there.
fun, Jackie.
While he's
And
gone,
it changed back and I'm like, Demetrius.
while he's gone, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna grab all 4. I'm gonna grab 2 of those ales that I'd ordered, which I need to know how much that was, and I'm gonna say, Jarl, do you have any rooms on this level?
Main floor.
Yes.
Couple of rooms. They're filled at the moment, though.
Okay.
So we're sleeping in the stables.
And what about? Do you have any extra rooms upstairs?
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll take one of those.
Very good.
And then kind of defeated, I'll kind of walk back and sit down and say, "Oh, did you want one of these? No, these are mine."
I don't want one of your drinks. And I also don't want Jackie. What did you say to the man? He seemed incensed.
I told him what my brother had purchased the woman for.
Well, I hope he has fun in room 5.
Hopefully
It's pretty wild
hopefully Esmeralda's waiting for him. Was there a room 5 up
Very
there?
aggressive
You just
man,
went up
was
there. Very aggressive man.
Anyway,
He probably knows
Oh,
exactly what's in 5.
he wanted that. That's what he was.
Oh.
Anyway, so
No, I mean Bask knows exactly what was in 5.
well, that's
he
that's
checked
what
all
I'm,
the
that's what I'm saying. It was
Yeah.
that aggressive man that said he didn't mind that. Anyway, so I go to Jarl and I say, Jarl, you're in luck. I am a traveling monk, but I am also a bard.
He says, "You know, I just tried to hire one of those the other day."
What? And he didn't show?
Yes, you heard.
Yeah, of course I heard. Anytime there's a bard that doesn't show, it goes all around. Us bards are tight knit, not tight knit as you might think.
Just to interject really quick so that I can have
He's
some
kind
closure
of like-
real quick. I'm gonna stand up while he's talking to Jarl, and I'm going to walk up to my room
Okay.
and lock the door and go to sleep.
Yeah, I figured I'm sleeping alone tonight.
So when you,
I mean, there's
Maybe
always
not.
Jackie.
when you went upstairs, you heard arguing behind a door. So somehow Jackie got into the room, and they're like fighting about something.
He's gonna hate you.
He's gonna hate you. He doesn't know it was me.
I'm Esmeralda.
I know.
Anyway, so I ask him, would you like me to play a song tonight? Everyone seems kind of tired. You need people to liven up to drink more.
You know, I'm expecting a bard in the next couple of hours.
That's a long time when you're drinking.
True,
You need
true.
people to get livened up now. It's
their
evening now.
pocketbooks. What are you offering me?
Play for money. And on the bright side, I'm pretty good.
Oh, you want me to pay you to play?
Oh, well, a little bit. I'll take tips too, but we all know that if people are coming in here for the music, they're gonna buy things. You make money either way.
Tell you what. You pay me a small amount to get on stage. You can keep your tips, and whatever extra income I get from the night, you'll get a cut.
Wow, that's a pretty fair deal.
Yeah.
Sight unseen.
Put your money
must
where
put
your
a lot
mouth
of
is.
trust in this face.
Put
It's a good-looking face to trust.
put your money where
I
your
might use it
mouth
more
is.
often.
Put your money where your mouth is, and we'll see how you do.
I've been upstairs. I don't need that, but I will play. I say fine. That sounds good. How much you asking?
Give me 2 gold up front.
2 gold? Are you crazy? Okay, well I'll tell you what.
If you're a bard worth his,
I am worth
salt?
it, of course. But how about I pay you half now, and if I do well, half later. If I do poorly, then I will pay you 3 gold.
he says that's not the way it works.
It's not the way I work.
If you're a bad bard, you drive out my customers. If you're a good bard, you'll earn lots of money, and you'll earn us both lots of money.
Oh, then I guess I'd be a good bard then, huh? And I give him 2 gold.
Good luck.
I'm not even doing it.
Jarl doesn't fart around.
Doesn't he? He doesn't. Yeah, I 101 anyway. So anyway, I go up on stage and I introduce myself as Demetrius.
What?
And
Stealing my name and likeness. I demand a cut of
if
that.
I fail, it won't be my fault. He says to the wind. He's if it's really bad, they'll run you out, not me. I'm just kidding. It's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be really good. People will like you. Takes a lot.
People will expect me to do this, and that's not going to happen. I'm going to solely...
But he doesn't look exactly like you.
Exactly.
But he's taking my name.
That's true.
You have a twin brother named Demetrius as well.
It was very
It's spelled with a
confusing.
Y. Your parents couldn't figure it out. They're like, Demetrius.
It was spelled the right
there's another
way.
one. There's another one.
Just put a Y in there
Demetrius, put a
somewhere.
Y in. Anyway, I perform very poorly. Well, average.
What's your plus
It's
on
it's plus 6 as well.
there? So you're 11.
Yeah, it's plus 4 on performance.
9.
So it's not great, but it's not bad.
Subpar.
It's just. And it's
You
coming
got
out of a tin whistle too, so it sounds
Very,
totally
very
out of place.
jazzy tin whistle. It throws people off. They're going, what is this? I've never...
But hey, it's
Yeah.
It's alternative.
it's interpreted by a monk, guys. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Monk Jazz brought to you by Demetrius.
I'll be famous all throughout the land as monk jazz.
Monk Jazz on the tin flute by Demetrius.
Well, seeing as he didn't know about it.
Oh, I hope somebody mentions it.
Okay.
Good,
Oh,
good
yeah.
monk jazz the other night. He's like the only one that really appreciated it. He gives me a massive tip. Everyone else is like, get out.
So, you receive 1 silver in tips, and you receive you receive 8 from from
I lost money.
from
I'm gonna steal.
Jarl.
I'm gonna steal from someone. I'll get
You
it back.
almost got a gold.
You
Yeah,
almost made half of it back.
Almost.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make the other half back.
That's
tonight.
actually pretty good business.
Not for me.
But I'm just saying, like,
Getting my name out there.
Yeah.
when you're
Getting
starting
my
off.
name out there.
Hey, you're gonna be famous someday.
You're gonna make it big, kid.
Monk
You're gonna be a big
jazz.
star.
Monk
You make like, what, like
Monk
40%
jazz.
profit? Ish. Not yet.
It's an investment. If anything.
I'm investing in myself.
Jarl says I've heard worse, but you seem to have put people in a soulful state.
I show him my knife wound and be like, I was stabbed earlier. I'm a bit off tonight. I'll play
Hey,
tomorrow.
depressed people drink more.
Yeah, I've got something else.
He said,
You'll hear more of Demetrius.
I'm willing to let you give it another shot.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, on another.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah. I'm sure you will. Just smile. So
Poor Jarl.
what's in room 5? Who? By chance?
I am not at liberty to say.
I know, but my friend's up there. I just was curious.
Well, if your friend
like
is in
he's-
5, then why do you need to know?
Well, I mean, I heard some fighting up there earlier. Like, a lot of people.
You didn't hear fighting. I heard fighting.
What were you?
I thought you said we heard
what were
fighting.
you
No, no,
doing
no,
up
no.
there?
Oh, okay.
It
I
was
thought
me
it was
as I
like
was going to my
loudly.
room.
I thought it was
No,
like we
it was
could
just
hear
him
it.
as he walked
Yeah,
by.
Arguing.
Okay.
Yeah.
On second thought, no. I didn't say that. Okay, that's fine.
But
Rooms?
yes, you need one.
Discount? Earn you some money.
Asking a lot.
Monk Jazz is
True,
getting
true,
bigger and bigger.
true. I'll give you a room for
1 gold.
5 gold.
How much did he charge me?
a gold.
I'll get fine. I'll give you the special rate. 2 gold.
Monk Jazz will do anything.
Yeah. I'll give you a room for half price.
Oh, wow.
Except, can I have something sent to my room?
You care for one of our ladies, or
Gentlemen.
perhaps?
Actually, yes, I would like a lady to come to my room.
Very well.
And so when she does get up there, I'm going to pay her and then tell her to leave.
Leave the building.
I'm not going to use her services. I'm just going
Oh.
to pay her and tell her,
You're Demetrius, the
spend some time.
womanizing.
No, it may seem that way, but what I'm doing is because I grew up in, and I tell her this, I said, I grew up with
Oh, yeah.
you all, and I know how hard it is, and I'm so sorry that you have to do this, but consider this on the house, and just, if you want to just sleep and just hang out and just relax and just to get away from it for the night, feel free to use my bed, I'll sleep on the floor.
Thank you, but that's very unusual.
Oh,
if you
I
don't
am.
mind, I'd rather get paid and leave.
That's fine too. I just thought I'd offer. I understand your hesitancy, but I'm just letting you know.
So,
Smart girl. It is weird, but it was sweet.
No, and Bast knows that. He just said, if
for
you
all
want
she knows,
to.
you're like a murderer or something.
I am.
Because you're just like, yeah.
No,
Right.
I definitely give the vibe as a creep. I've never been able to do that. I look like a handsome.
Plus, you played that weird
monk.
tune earlier, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
So at least on the very least,
monk jazz isn't my thing.
on the very least, I give her bardic inspiration.
Okay.
I just tell her, I tell her a story, how she could get out of it, and I've known people that get out of it. And if it's something she wanted to do, she may have been told her whole life that's what she's worth, but she can get out. And so I gave her a bardic inspiration to maybe start a new life. So
Cool.
That was sweet.
creepy.